Hi Flosstube, it's Jeannie again, and I am here to do my stitchy update for the end of June, and then my plans for July. I do have a itty bitty bit of haul, not too much, and then I need your help on something too. So anyway, so I really, you guys, I may have said this in my last video, but I've really had to kind of alter my stitchy plans for the rest of this year because all of a sudden I have a bunch of things I want to stitch for gifts that are on a timeline, and so I'm kind of putting my regular whip go stitching sort of on the back burner so that I can really spend time working on the gift projects that I want to do, because two of them are due in October. One of them will be due in January-ish, and then another one will be due in March of next year. And I'm a pretty slow stitcher, and so I like to have plenty of time to work on stuff and that kind of thing. So right now I'm enjoying all these projects. I mean, a couple of them I haven't stitched on yet, but everything now is started, and one of them is going fairly quickly. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get keep moving on these. One other thing that I did, I'm going to walk away from my camera, you guys, because I forgot to grab something. But one of the other things, sorry about the sound, that I did work on this month is the stitch that I do with my sister when we have a phone call or a video call. And so let me grab that out for you too, because I forgot to grab it. So, and there's not much to look at here, but well, we may as well just go ahead and start with this one. So we are working together on the Disney Princesses Dimensions kits. She has Belle, I have Ariel, clearly, and so this is one that we started together in May. We worked on it again in June, and clearly you guys, I can't stitch and talk at the same time very quickly, because on both of our calls, even though we've talked for well over an hour, I think I maybe got one length of thread in. So, but anyway, so here is here's what the pattern looks like. And gosh, my needle's sticking through there. Let's see. And here is my progress. So I got just another length of the dark red in her hair. So so not very far, but I did work on her this month, and I will continue to do that, because that's like one stitching session a month, and so I'll continue to do that, as you know, over the course of the next few months. There's no hurry on this one. This one was just, we wanted to do something together. We both happen to have similar kits, and so that's what we decided to start. This next one you guys have seen before, and I have made some progress on it, and this is actually a gift for my stitchy sister. She will be turning, I don't think she watches my videos, but she will be turning 60 in October. And I'm actually going back to Indiana in October to spend some time with my brother and my other extended family, my in-laws side of the family there. And this sister is planning to come also. She's in South Carolina now, but she's planning to kind of meet me there. So I wanted to have this ready to give her when I go. Her birthday's actually on October 8th, but yeah, I'm going over Halloween. So but anyway, so I'm stitching her this Tralala Cerise bobbins, which is mice bobbins or something like that. Cerise, I know, is actually, you probably don't say the S on the end in French. It's probably sorry. But anyways, so this is there's my French accent for you. How you like that? But yeah, so I have been working on this, and this will be for her sewing room. She's a quilter. She's kind of got that from my mom, and so she's a quilter, and she does cross stitch too. And her nickname, my grandfather gave us all nicknames. Mine is Gee Whiz, if you were wondering how I got my YouTube name. Her name is Melinda. We call her Mindy, and he always called her Mindy Mouse. So that's why I chose this pattern. So let me give you a closer look at that. And then I can show you where I am on it. And this is going fairly quickly, you guys. I'm a slow stitcher, but this is going fairly quickly. I did change it up a little bit. I'm doing it on 32 count. I wanted it to be a little bit smaller than it would have been done on 28 count, I think is what is called for. And it also did not call for this color of linen. Let me look on the pattern and see if I can see what it calls for. It's all in French, so I may not be able to, but it's more of a beige or an off-white color, and I wanted to do it on some color, but that has meant that I've needed to change some of the floss. So I'm doing mostly DNC. I have switched out the pinks. I've added a étoile to give them a little sparkle, and then the little pair of scissors that's right here calls for a dark gray that's pretty close to the same color gray as the matte mice. So I'm going to use the étoile version of a dark gray instead, just so they look kind of metallic. But yeah, so I've switched the color of the mice out for a variegated, it's called color and cotton. I think might be gunmetal. So it's got a little bit of variegation in it. And then the étoiles for the pinks. I didn't have étoiles for the blues, nothing that was close enough. And then I also switched up. This was supposed to be a color of blue. Believe it or not, you guys, this is a blue. A lot of it's like gray blues. And it was a lighter shade than this, and it just didn't show up well enough on the fabric. So I decided to choose, the fabric is Serene by Picture This Plus, which is a really light kind of mint green. And so I decided to choose a darker mint green because I knew it would go with the fabric and the other colors. And so so I have, like I said, I've switched out a few things. I also, I do have a mistake in this. This bird, I believe is it's like a square too high or a half a square too high. But I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna rip it out yet. I'm gonna wait and see because this design, it's kind of symmetrical, but this linen is super slubby and not even very even. So it may not even, if it doesn't bother me when I'm done, then I'm probably just gonna leave it. If it isn't too noticeable that it's off, but. So I'm not going to do anything about that yet. I'm going to wait. So that's where I am on it. The other thing I'm going to do, I think, is the bird beaks and little feet and the centers of the flowers call for a kind of just like one shade lighter, sort of a gray brown. And I don't think you're even going to be able to tell. So I am going to choose, I think, like a muted orange maybe, or a soft yellow to do their beaks and their feet. So, and the centers of the flowers, because I think I'll just like that a little bit better. But that's where I am on this one. And like I said, it's going fairly quickly. I'm trying to do like a motif a month. I think I do need to catch up, but I'll go ahead and finish. There's a little pair of scissors here, and then the flowers on this side of the design start. So I think I can get one of the flowers in before I need to move my hoop. And then over here, there's another mouse just like this that's facing the other way, and I think I've got room to get that mouse in, and whatever motif, let me see, is above that mouse. Yeah, it looks like there's another flower, one of the flower spools, so I think I can get that in before I need to move my hoop. So that, and then I'll work on the ends. So, yeah, so that is my little mouse bobbins, and I think it's coming out pretty darn cute, and it's moving fairly quickly, at least for me, who is a slow stitcher. Okay. The other thing, this is part of my haul, but it's also a new start, is this Realist kit, and it's called Realist Embroidery Kit. It has anchor floss and Zweigart even weave, and it does have some beads. Look to see if there's a name on it that's not in Russian. I don't really see a name on it, but this I am doing my brother. You guys, I actually bought this kit on 123 Stitch, and it is, that's really looking blown out on my camera. I hope you can see it. But I was kind of looking something else. My daughter is engaged, and I was kind of looking for something else for her, potentially, and because they were toying with getting married in November, but now they've decided they're going to wait till next spring. That actually gives me a little bit more time. But I had bought this little kit thinking this is small, it's pretty, I think it'll be pretty nice. And this just happened to come. My brother got married on, they didn't really tell us. I mean, we knew they were going to get married, but we also knew they were going to elope. It's a second marriage for both of them. And this actually came in the mail on the day they got married. So I thought, okay, that's a sign. I need to do this one for my brother. So, anyway, so there are the flosses. Just has 3 colors in it. And there's a bunch of beads and a beading needle. There's pink beads, gold beads, and white beads. I don't know if you can see that in my lovely project bag here. But here is where I am on it, you guys. And I have all the crosses now are done. And I started with these little backstitched hearts just because that was the center. But I've already finished the crosses, and now I'm going to come in with the pink swirls that are the backstitch, and then I can start the beading. And so I really think I will be able to get this done. Again, this is another one I'm going to see them in October, so I want to just take it with me. And I don't know if this might fit very well in either a 5x5 or a 6x6 frame. So I might try framing it myself. But if I can't do a nice job with it, I'll have it professionally framed, simply because it's a gift. Same thing with the mice. I will probably have those have that matted and professionally framed as well. But this one I might be able to do because it's small enough. But it might be a little bit tricky with beading, but sometimes if you just take the glass out, you're good to go in a pre-made frame. So, I think it's small enough. I could probably lace it without too much trouble. I don't know. Or use sticky board, whatever. But yeah, so that's where I am on that. I still, of course, need to put the date in. And then there's little pink swirlies, and then there's beaded flowers. So just a little something for them, and it's coming along really quickly. But I do think it's really pretty. I think they will like it. And my sister-in-law, her name is Christy. She did wear pink for their wedding. She had a really pretty pink floral dress. So I think this will be nice. So there's that, and then you guys, I'm revisiting whether or not this was actually the piece that I started for my daughter before her breakup a few years ago from her first engagement. And I still really love this pattern for her, but initially, I was just so sad that I couldn't even work on it. But and so I thought this might be the one that I do for my my brother and new sister-in-law. And then when I got that other kit on the day they got married, I thought, okay, that makes more sense that I should do that one for them. And so I was looking, I had this one pulled out, and so I was looking at it again, and I think I'm going to start working on it again and just see how I feel. My new son-in-law to be has some tattoos, and he really loves floral tattoos, and this artwork to me looks a little bit like tattoos in a way. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in the frame. So yeah, so I think I'm going to start working on this again and see how I feel. I haven't made a firm decision about it, but I did swap the fabric out on this. This is where I was on it when I stopped working on it the last time. So again, I started in the middle. I'm back stitching as I go. So this is the VER of ever, and this is the start of the A for after. But I did switch this out. This is on, I think, 32 count. Let me see if I stuck it to the package here, or to the pattern. Usually I do that when I'm working on things, but I don't know if I did. But I believe it's 32 count Murmur Lugana. And you guys, Murmur is, if you have ever seen it in person, it's a really, really beautiful, soft, variegated peach. So, and I thought it would be super pretty. Let me show you where's my thread on this too? It must still be in the bag. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's my label. It's 32 count Murmur Lugana by Picture This Plus. And you guys, here is the thread. And so there's lots of kind of orangey, warm tones in it. And so I just thought, and some pinks and yellows, which I thought just look beautiful on that fabric. So, so yeah. so I'm going to start working on it again, see if I can sort of get over being sad about her, you know, her initial heartbreak. I'm feeling pretty good about it right now, so I'm thinking that might be the plan. Why I have a skein of white in there, but for some reason I do. So anyway, so yes, I'm going to start working on this one again. Again, now initially they were toying with doing a small wedding in November, which doesn't give us very much time. But now they're talking about pushing it back to the spring. So I do have a little bit more time on this too, and a little more. This project is obviously bigger and more involved than the little heart that I'm doing. So I'm going to start on that again, and I hope, against hope, you guys, I can still finish it. So that is Happily Ever After. And then this is where, you guys, I need your opinion. I have one of my nieces is expecting, and I want to, of course, do a project for her. And so initially when I found out she was expecting, I guess they are going to find out what the baby is, but you know, when I was going through my stash, I thought, this is old. This is from does it have a year on it? It's called the Flopsy Bunnies. That it was inspired by Beatrix Potter. It's 1998. And but I thought that would be just the cutest little baby sampler. You know, it has the name and arrived. So this is the one that I initially thought I'd do. I have a few baby samplers in my stash, although they are mostly boy samplers or lean masculine. So anyway, this one actually comes with the mat, which I don't think I would use. That's pretty 80s or late 90s, but everything else is in here, which I would probably use if everything's okay. But yeah, so this was initially what I was considering doing. Sorry about the glare on that. But then, you guys, it just dawned on me. I remembered that I had this old project from Dimensions, and you guys, this kit, I actually, oops, that's the pattern. Let me move that. This kit I actually started when my sister was pregnant with the niece that is now expecting. And I never finished it because I made a mistake somewhere along the way. Hopefully you guys can see that. Like I said, it's looking kind of blown out on my viewfinder, although I usually find that it looks a little bit better once it's recorded. But anyway, and I made a mistake on it, and I was pretty much a newer stitcher, and I didn't know what to do, so I gave up on it. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if that mistake isn't too critical, and if I can even find it again, you know, 30 years later, that it might really be fun to finish this one for my niece. Like I said, I started it for her, and then to finish it for her baby, I thought might be kind of fun. So let me show you. And you guys, it has crunchy 30-year-old masking tape, because that was what we did back in the day. But look how far I am on it. I mean, I am pretty far. There's a ton of backstitch. This kit, you guys, it is called Bears and Balloons Birth Record by Crystal Collins Sterling, and the date on this one is 1988. Now, I probably started it in 1990-ish, but yeah, so I'm thinking about finishing this for her. I know, like I said, I know there's a mistake in it. I was kind of going, I didn't mark the pattern or anything, but I was kind of looking to see if it was obvious, and I didn't see it obviously, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on it. I think what I might do is omit these borders around the edge. I don't know. I might need to do them to make this little bear up here make sense. But I might just do one border around there. I might omit this border around the whole thing, because I think that would be fine. I don't know. And then, like I said, I need to find the mistake and see if I can fudge it, because I'm not pulling any of this 30-year-old stitching out of here. But I did, you guys, I found my floss. Here is this ancient floss box, and all the flosses I had for it are right here. So I did find them. Hopefully they don't look like they're too terribly faded or anything like that. So I am going to go ahead and get this all in a project bag, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to have to cut off. I mean, this masking tape is like crunchy, but I'm probably going to have to cut it off of there. But anyway, so so let me know, you guys, if you have if you think, what you think. Do you think that finishing this for my niece is a good idea, or starting something new, maybe that little Beatrix Potter pattern? Let me know what you think. Right now I'm leaning toward this just because I just think it's kind of fun. And if you look way, way back, you guys, at my first floss tubes, I had an old whip that I had actually started for my cousin when she got married and never finished it. And there wasn't anything wrong with that one. I just never finished it. I had little kids at the time and I just didn't get it done. But then when her brother ended up getting married a few years back, I pulled that out and I finished it and I framed it and I sent it to him. So, and that was another 20-year-old whip or so. So that was pretty fun. So, so yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then just, you guys, an itty bitty bit of haul. I did get this, this Panna kit. Again, I'm sorry about the glare, but this is a humpback whale in kind of that watercolory, and it has to do, it's called the whale constellation, so you can see the constellation is here, kind of in backstitch. I don't think I'm going to stitch that part into it, because I really just kind of want the humpback whale, and I just think this is super pretty with the kind of watercolory, and it's got pretty colors in it. You can see there lots of teals and purples and stuff like that. So, but we live in whale country, and every few years the whales come in, and they come in really close, you guys. It's just, it's magical. So I really had been kind of looking for a whale, and as I showed you in my last floss tube, I had gotten Fish and Ships from Long Dog, and I'm going to do that one too. But I just happened to see this on, I think I got it on Amazon, and I really liked the whole aesthetic of it. So anyway, so I got that kit. I'll probably change out the fabric, as I am known to do. And then the other thing, you guys, I just want to show you is a little something my husband bought me. I'm probably not going to be able to get this all in the screen, but this is a crafting bag. Stylish design and function, make life and travel easier. It's by Kermio, I guess. But this is a really nice little great bag for taking stitching. And so you can see there's a couple of compartments. Let me see if I can show it to you. So this compartment has it has a mesh zipper pouch in there, and then like some double pockets here, so that are divided, so great for scissors and things like that. And it's nicely padded and everything. And then the inside here has some bigger pockets here, and some Velcro strap, and then some other pockets in here. So right now, you guys, I'm keeping the mice bobbins in here, because that one, I don't have a project bag that fits into when I'm not working on it, and I haven't wanted to take it out of the hoop. So it's so I've been putting that in here, and that little reelless heart that I'm working on. So I put the little project in here, the big project in here, and then it protects it, you know, from the cats and everything when I am not working on it. So anyway, you guys, so that is it for me. That's what I'm thinking. Like I said, let me know what you think about this 30-year-old whip. I'm really thinking that might be the ticket, or maybe, again, this cutie, which is also really old. So let me know, you guys, what you think. And I will talk to you next time, probably toward the end of July. Happy 4th of July to those of you in the U.S., and have a wonderful summer and or winter, depending on where you are in the world. Have a great day.